This is Jamie Sue, Black Status presenter from the Seattle area, and I am coming to you with your top tip for Tuesday. What I'm going to talk on is your role as a sponsor, and I think this is really important because the power in this company is with your team. So you've just had let's go ahead and assume you've just had a new team member join you. Yay, congratulations, right? You think your work is done. Actually, you're just getting started. So the first thing you want to do is add your team members to the appropriate training pages. I think this is important because it's so easy for people to get overwhelmed because they keep on getting added to multiple pages right off the bat, and it just kind of scares them and turns them off. So I suggest adding them to your Upline Elites team page. If that's yours, that's fine, as well as your Black Status presenters page, because a lot of the corporate news might filter down through that resource. I also add my team members to my personal party so that they can see what I'm doing for my business, get ideas. I always offer to them that they're welcome to plagiarize or use any of the content there. Chances are I've borrowed it from somewhere else anyways. That's one of the fabulous things about this company, is that we all seem to help each other, and I really enjoy that. Number two, I would say understand your team member and his or her goals. We don't all want the same things out of this business. Not everyone wants to be a Black Status presenter, and some people are hobbyists. So if we understand what our team member wants to do, even if that changes over time, I think we can better serve and coach them by understanding what they want to achieve. So know what their goal is, and then help them make a plan so that you can execute it together. Number three, walk the walk. I never ask anyone on my team to do anything I'm not willing to do myself. That might mean that they are getting not limited, but some filtered coaching. At the same time, if there's another leader in this business that I really like how they're doing their business, I'll share some of their input. I just won't claim it as my own. I walk the walk in that I wear the products, I share the opportunity, I let people know I'm open for business, both on my Facebook personal wall as well as in my party. And again, if I've added them to my party, they can see what I'm doing. And I continue to post on a daily basis, even though it's been almost 2 years since I started with Younique. So that would be my third item. Fourth item, check in. Go ahead and know where your team member is. Be connected with them. I think it's important to let them know what the milestones that they're approaching, or perhaps that they have reached, are. They might not know their back office as well as you do. So if you see that one of your team members is pacing for pink, let them know. Let them know that what things they need to do, and make sure that they understand what the benefits of those promotions and color rankings are as they continue with the business. Checking in doesn't have to be a long-winded thing. It can be a phone call, it can be a message over Facebook, it can be an email or a text. My favorite way is to leave a voice messenger message through Facebook Messenger. I think that it becomes more personal, and it is so fast. I can do it in the car, practically hands-free. I just push a button and I can go ahead and record a 60-second check-in, which is nice. And I think it's important that if you are, especially if your team member was a friend before you started with Younique, don't lose the personal aspect of your relationship. If it was about friendship, don't let it be all about work, because you put your relationship at risk that way. And I'm a big proponent of protecting the friendships and the relationships I have. Next suggestion is to create a community. You don't have to have a team page to communicate with women on your team. You can use group Facebook messages to exchange ideas, to keep up on what's going on, to encourage each other, to ask questions. I mean, you can talk about the weather or your son's birthday party. The main thing is that we know that people are connected to one another, so that they have multiple resources to go through. And for me personally, a big part of this business is about the relationships. I think it's a lot harder to quit a company if you've got the relationships that tie you to it. If I wasn't making money doing this, I would still probably be doing it, because I'm having a blast. I've created some really great friendships. I continue to meet new people. I laugh about it. It's friends I made online. But I really enjoy these relationships that have come out of this business. And so While we can be having Mascara Gate 2016 with whatever hiccups that any corporation goes through, to know that we have other people here, it makes a lot harder to let your eyes wander and to want to pursue something different. I'm not saying you're shackling anyone. It's just that the incentive is there to remain a part of the community, even if life is busy and it has to be at a lower level for some period of time. And my last suggestion is to link up your team members. I think this is really important, again, because not everyone has the same goals. It's not uncommon that, I brought on a hobbyist. I've got a first-line member who, she's interested in this business, but really she just wants to sell to her friends and family. She's not interested in hosted parties. She's not going to go do vendor events. She's not going to leave the house with one eye done. That's totally fine. But perhaps somebody's joined her team, or even go down further several layers where you've got someone who's aiming for black. They want to make good money with this business. As the sponsor, you might not have the answers. So my suggestion is to link that person up. If you see them in your downline, if you recognize someone wants to work beyond where you want to take your business, there's no wrong in that. But give them the resources. Give your new team member the resources so that they can reach whatever their goals are. That could be a group message between you, your sponsor, your lead upline, and your team member, or it can just be more direct. You can. If I had someone in my third line, they might not know to reach to me, but someone in my first or second line might say, "Hey, Jamie, you know what? This girl really wants to make things happen. I'm just a hobbyist. Can you help her out?" And I would work with that person, because we train to run with our runners here in this business, and sometimes it's difficult to identify who those runners are. So don't let yourself be a roadblock to the success of your team members. And again, it's not a bad thing if you want to be a hobbyist, but let's go ahead and make sure that those people have access to the information they need and feel that they are getting the training they need to really make a run with this business. So the bottom line is that your team's success is your success. So make sure what you're doing is duplicatable, make sure you're far-reaching, make sure you're genuine. And we have so many resources here within our community that really there's no reason why anyone should not be able to reach the goals that they want to. But again, sometimes it's just there's a missing link as far as that knowledge goes. So you are a link in that chain, and your job as a sponsor is to keep the chain going. So if you have questions about this, feel free to contact your Black Upline presenter, or again, we have these communities. It's been a privilege to speak with you. Thanks for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful week.